Hi, I'm Kevin Bennett with Lithium Pros in Knoxville, Tennessee. We're out here on the beautiful Douglas Lake in beautiful East Tennessee, talking with Ott DeFoe from one of the Bassmaster Elite anglers who's been running Lithium Pros batteries since when did we put these batteries in, Ott?
2012, in the spring of 2012, before I fished my first Bassmaster Classic in Louisiana.
Yeah.
That's when we put them in my nitro boat that year.
Yeah, and we went from there, and we've had those batteries in boats subsequently.
Yep.
And I know you and I have been getting together every year, usually about this time of year, testing the batteries to see how they're wearing, because I think both of us wanted to know how is this going to work out.
Oh yeah.
And I'm happy to say I do have the test results.
Okay.
You know, the cranking battery shows probably the most amount of wear. It's down to about 86, I think 86.5 amp hours. Started out just under 100.
Yep.
And then your trolling batteries, you got one at 88.7, and then the other two are in the 90s.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm happy with the results after this many years.
Yep.
And the thing that's amazing about it, just another way to say it,
Okay.
the batteries have not gotten down to the point of what a brand new AGM Group 31 battery would be right out of the box.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they've got a little bit more wear to get down to that point.
Yeah. So after 4 years, I'm still better off than brand new batteries are.
Absolutely.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
pretty
absolutely. Amazing. And you know, and that's why we wanted to get together and test them, was to see, you know, just get some real world data.
Right.
And I know you're using them hard.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, tell me a little bit about, you know, how do the batteries work for you?
Yeah, they work extremely well, Kevin, to be honest. You know, I fish 12 to 15 week-long events a year, and those are, you know, 3 days of practice, at least 2 days of competition, hopefully up to 4 days of competition, up there on the front of my boat, standing on that trolling motor for 8 to 9 hours a day in the tournament and 10 to 14 hours a day in practice. That I'm up there on the front running that trolling motor. So it's amazing. I know how many hours I stand up there hitting that button. Yeah. And those batteries are taking the punishment. You know, they're holding up to it. And I'll be honest, you made some big claims as to how long they would last and how many seasons I'd get out of them. But we're right on track. And that's the cool thing about testing them every year at the end of my season, seeing where they stand before we go to the next year. And I've got the confidence then. I don't have to worry about it. I know they're going to last all season long again next year, just like they have the last 4. So going into my 5th season with the same set is mind-blowing to me, because before, with regular batteries, if I got 8 to 10 months out of them with lead-acid batteries, that's about what you could expect the way I use them. You know, a weekend guy may get 2 years, even possibly 3 out of them. That guy's going to get a lifetime nearly out of these batteries. Yeah. He's going to wear his boat completely out before he wears out his batteries. So it really is pretty awesome. And there's a lot of other benefits to it as well. You know, just what the boat does. The whole
How does that change?
Well, the whole shot is unbelievably better. If you have a boat, this nitro is pretty good out of the hole anyways, but if you have a boat that has a sluggish hole shot, taking that weight out of the rear end really helps. So that your whole shot's extremely better. Your top end speed's going to improve some. You know, it may be a mile an hour, it may be 3, but it's going to improve some, which of course helps your fuel economy as well. And it helps you outrun the guy next to you to beat him to that spot that you're trying to get to out there on the lake. And it allows the rear of that boat to sit a little higher, so the boat doesn't draw quite as much water, which is really important for me being a shallow water fisherman. I like to get in places that are barely deep enough to float my boat anyway, so having another couple of inches of that boat out of the water is a big plus for me. But what it really improves is up there on the trolling motor.
Oh, really?
It does. That trolling motor it runs flat all day long. And what I mean by that is I can start the day, if I'm wanting to cover water, set the trolling motor on 50 or 60%. At the end of the day, I can leave it at 50 or 60% and still be going down the bank at the same speed. Before, as those lead batteries would drop, you have to keep turning that power up to keep going at that same speed.
Yeah, I see.
I don't have to do that now because the lithium batteries run flat all day long. So it really helps a lot up there on the front of the boat as well.
That's great, man. You know, Ott, I'm glad we're working together, and I'm glad the test is going, you know, based to our expectations.
It is.
And I think we're both happy with it. Look forward to years to come.
Me too.